What's going on, car guys and car gals? It's the Ramirez, the car guy.
And it's Frelin Arts, subprime hero.
We are brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. 1st of December. Hello, everybody. Santa Claus is coming to town, and this is the last month of the year. Can you believe it, Fred? We're already inside of the last month of 2023. What?
It's just kicking off. It's the first of the month, and I'm so excited, man. December is a fun month, folks. I'm telling you, it's the last one of the year. There's so much anticipation, right? And there's so many reasons why there's urgency right now in automotive. But you know what? Let's go have some fun. Let's celebrate love. Let's celebrate family. Let's celebrate people. And let's talk about celebrating people because we got somebody special on the show today. And I'm excited to have her on the show. She's somebody that, we've met at a lot of these conferences, and she's got something that's just special, right? She definitely thinks differently than most people you talk to. When you go have a conversation with her, she's always trying to find something of value from that. And I can appreciate that. And one of the biggest compliments she gave me was, you know what? I actually got something from this conversation, Fred. Thank you. So I was like, oh my God, yes, I did it. I made it, right? So super excited. December 1st, folks. This is going to be a great month. Like Lou said, Santa Claus is coming to town, and I'm excited to bring you guys some presents starting today. So let's go.
That's right. And we are pumped up about sharing this all around. So let's be all gas, no brakes about getting this all around the community. So tag a car guy.
Tag a car gal. And share. Get it out there.
A whole lot of great people that need to hear what it is that Ally is brewing. We got a fresh 5-liner, and it is hot, everybody. Jordan Cox, welcome to the party. All you Facebook users out there, welcome to the party. Excited that you're here. Keep commenting, keep sharing, but keep tagging those car guys and car gals that need to hear what's on Ally's history line, because we're going to dig a little bit deeper in today. We're going to ask her a couple questions that maybe we don't know the answers to, but I'm sure that many of you in our audience do not know the answers to them either. So with that, get ready for some incredible inspiration from a serious car gal that's shaking things up inside of the automotive world. Everybody, Facebook user says, Women of Color Automotive Network, come check out Ally. That's right. Y'all need to come check out.
Get in here. Okay, let's go. Cheer her on. Let's go.
So let's get this party started, Fred. I'm ready to get her in here. Let's get this going. It's the 1st of December, and it is time to have some fun. So let's brew. Let's bring in the one,
the only
Ally Piñon.
Let's go.
How you doing?
Hola. Good.
Look at that smile, everybody. And it is lighting up not just the screen, but the industry. Anywhere that we go, we can be walking down a corridor, down a hallway, from booth to booth, and then just pop, see that smile on the side, and we'll just stop, move over. What's up, Ally? How you doing? Give her a high five and a hug. But that smile lights up every conference that she goes to, and we're just excited that you're here. But you're doing some big things, girl. Where are you at today?
I am a work from home marketing manager, so not everybody gets to work from home. I'm blessed.
Yes, so blessed.
Well, the reason why, and I'm going to just be honest, and just a little side note, the reason why most people don't have people work at home is because they can't do it when they're at home. They end up just not making it happen. The reason why you're able to, Ally, is because you actually do it while you're at home. You actually have that work ethic. So let's cheer that on. I'm excited to have you here. I'm excited to talk to you about that. Let's go.
But you know what we need to do in order to get a real brew going. Ally, you already know the moves. You already know the F-bombs we got to drop so that we don't offend none of those moms, but we get things moving in the right direction.
We do, but I got to point out the power.
Oh, that is Tony Lucas in the house.
Tony Lucas in the house. I know where that's coming from.
Heck yeah.
Right, let's go.
That's right. Oh, man. Excited that you're in here, Tony. Welcome to the party. And just, folks, again, incredible things happening over in Las Cruces. We actually just had the chance to leave there and have some fun meeting that, I want to call them a magical team because there's so much that is brewing that seems kind of magical. It's almost like Disney where you feel like there's just sparkles in the air around you, right? There are things that are brewing out there and we're pumped up about it. But excited that you're in here, excited that many other operators are going to get the opportunity to see this, hear this, and rock out with us. But folks, we got to get this party started right. And that's dropping those F-bombs. So, right. Ally, help us out real quick. And let's go ahead and forgive Focus Fly so we can get this show on the road. So on 3 with your hands on your shoulders. 1, 2, 2, 3. Forgive.
Forget.
Focus.
Fly.
Hi.
And keep growing. Keep growing. Oh, she got that. She hit that hard. That's what I'm talking about, Ally. You
Right.
got it.
Heck yeah. Now we're ready.
Swag. I love it. I love it. So, we just forgive. We focus. We fly. We got people out there sharing it. Thank you so much, Jordan Cox. Love you, bro. I appreciate you. Appreciate everyone who's in here right now. I'm excited to get this 5-liner started. And the very first question, it's a good question. It's your why, Ally. What drives you every single day? What makes you be able to work at home and not just get straight away, right? What is that why for you?
I'm a bit of a workaholic. And I think I got my work ethics from my parents. I know that I got it from my parents. And coming from a Hispanic household, it's important that you're being productive, right? And coming from a Hispanic household, I told my parents I did not want to go to college. And they were like, what? So they were like, fine, don't go to college. I mean, I tried college. Like, I went to the university. I went to Tulane University. I tried it out for like a semester. Was not the vibe. So my mom said, if you're going to do something, you're going to do it 110%. Whatever you do, you're going to be the best at it. So with that said, like, I was like, okay, let's figure it out. Let's do like whatever. And I grew up in Olympia, Washington, and there's like nothing to do out there. I mean, there's stuff to do, but nothing that I like to do, like hiking, like outdoor stuff. It rained all the time. So my first job was Journeys, and that's where I spend most of my time. Like, I just picked up hours, shifts. And then at 18, they were like, okay, you could be an assistant store manager. And I was like, oh, this is it. Like, this is my career. And then at 19, I became another assistant store manager for Journey's Kids. And then at 19, the store manager decided, like, so she was like, I'm just going to the Dominican Republic. I'm like, oh. So she was just like, I'm gone. And the regional manager came in and he's like, oh, I'm looking for a store manager. Da, da, da. And the other thing that my parents taught me is, like, closed mouths don't get fed.
Amen.
So if you want an opportunity, you need to ask for it. So wow. I was like, give me the store. And that year we became #1 in the region for Journey's Kids, like kids shoes, Yeah. So I was like, I could do this. This is my career. Retail sales, like, this is it.
Yep.
And then my mom's like, why don't you go work for your uncle? My uncle has a couple of radio stations, Telemundo in New Orleans, and she was like,
radio stations like Telemundo. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Telemundo affiliate in New Orleans.
Okay. It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
And so, so my uncle's like, yeah, just come sell ads. And I'm like, okay, like air, like I'm going to sell air, it's not tangible. Like, people buy that. And he's like, yeah. So I just walked into businesses and I'm like, what are you doing for advertising? Do you want to advertise on Telemundo? And they were just like, yeah. And it became really easy, surprisingly, like selling TV and radio. And then I was like, well, now I want to be in general market. Like, let's keep growing and go into general market. And quickly in New Orleans, I found out that it's not about a degree that you have, but it's the people you know.
That's right.
That give you more opportunities. Mm-hmm. So networking made it like a priority. And so, yeah, and then I just started marketing into that. And then my easiest clients were dealerships. So that's where it goes into how I started my dealership career.
Well, that goes right into our second.
There goes right into the second.
Ally, you were so prepared. I love her for this, right? This is so great. So, yeah.
It's already transitional.
Exactly how she got into automotive, folks. Yeah. This is a pretty big deal.
So because it was so easy to sell to dealerships, and it was easier when they didn't have a marketing manager in-house.
Right.
Like if it was just the GM or the GSM, they're like, yeah, whatever. But they were quick to cancel you if they had a bad month.
Yeah. Oh.
And then I would be like, why are you canceling? And then I would have all these questions. And then I was like really fascinated when they would be like, oh, we didn't sell this many vehicles. And I'm like, well, how many like opportunities did you have and stuff? And then they would like show me. And I would always get asked, like, do you want to like come sell cars for us or come work for us? And I'd be like, no, thanks. And then I moved to Houston. I moved to Houston on a whim, and I sold billboards.
Right.
And it was not the vibe. I did not like selling billboards. But I sold a couple, sold a couple of billboards to dealerships. And then they one dealership would joke around with me, but because I was like bored selling billboards, I was like, okay, yeah, I'll take your offer. And then he was like, come do the marketing for us. And then I started digging in, and I was like, you guys are spending a lot of money and you don't even know where your ROI is. And you have all these opportunities. And then I dug into the CRM, and then I got like and stuck in that world, and then it just unraveled from there. So
wow. Well, we all say welcome. You have so many fans inside of this industry. We get so many people that do get the chance to cross our paths, but we are thankful that we have the opportunity to, whether we're kicking it at a conference, we're talking right here on a webcast, or we're just kicking it in Clubhouse, right? Anytime that we get the chance to hear your voice or hear your contribution, it's awesome. But the entire automotive world welcomes you for all of these car guys and car gals that are flat laydowns for what seems like a good opportunity to get us more car deals. But then all of a sudden, we're quick knee-jerk reactors if we all of a sudden see something on the expense line that we can't necessarily tell whether it attributed to car deal or not. I'm with you. Most people inside of the dealership that don't have the marketing reference or know how to calculate where each customer is coming from. When you don't know, you don't know. And so what ends up happening is you just start striking things off of the expense line. And this is a habit for many operators, many general managers out there. But we're so glad that you came into the industry by way of marketing and seeing who your actual easiest customers were. I mean, because car guys, car gals, we all want more traffic. We all want more people. And if it makes sense and somebody can present it right, like you would and you do, my goodness, it is easy for us to see it. But
it is.
There has to be the understanding of, okay, this is actually what you're getting, and this is how you have to track it. We're so excited that you are here, that you are with us. But let's smooth this over real quick to learn a little bit more about you on the teacher side.
Before you do, I want to point out some of these comments because they've been pretty good ones. I want to throw this one out.
Oh, she did say the alien.
Because one time, Ally saved the entire world from an alien invasion during the Battle of New York. I love that, right? I think that's great. Somebody had to, they hashtag closed mouths don't get fed. That's right. That's powerful. No, that wasn't Tony. That was actually Sandy. I thought it was Tony too.
Sandy.
I went back and try to figure out who these people were. That's Sandy Senzino. So thank you. Thank you. Sandy's amazing. She's one of the best dancers in automotive. Such a good spirit, right? But she said something else about you that I really like too. And this is important. Ally's innate curiosity is such a great characteristic. Hint, look for this when you are interviewing candidates. Oof, good. Big. I love that. And Jordan Cox says, I'm Ally's biggest fan. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Not, we are. Okay.
No, that's right.
But Ally, there is so much when it comes to getting where it is that you are and having the friends and all the supporters that are with you and trying to encourage you forward. But with that, with all the people that can be pouring inside of your cup, who would you say are your mentors?
That's a great question.
I have a lot. And honestly, so when I first started in the automotive industry, Jeff.
I love it.
I had a vendor, but I was talking to her and And I was like, there's got to be more people like me in the automotive industry. Like there has to be more, and I don't know where they're at. And I was not allowed to go to conferences at that one place. So I couldn't connect. So when Clubhouse came out, she was like, you need to get on Clubhouse. And that's where I found everybody. And I was like, oh my God, like there's more of me. So so when I think of mentors, I joined the Auto Genius group, and honestly, they're all my mentors because I just drop in questions or like I ask for feedback, and they all give you good feedback. And then I connect it like I have like the women, you know, that are also in the industry, and like Ashley, Elizabeth, Michelle Taylor was actually my very first one. She was with AutoFi. Love her. So there's a lot of people that I connected with, and there's a lot of people that I could just like text and ask random questions, and they're able to like give me their insights since they've been in the automotive industry for like way longer than I have.
I love it. You got Jeff saying Auto Genius for the win, right? I love it. You know, I do. I love the crew over there. Phenomenal. I do. I love everyone there. I love what they're about, what they're trying to do. So yeah, you're putting yourself around people and surrounding yourself around people that elevate you too. So, and you're elevating them, and know that, Ally, you know, you bring a different level of perspective that they don't have. And when you bring it in, it's like, wow, it opens their eyes and their ears a little bit more to being able to look at how they do their processes differently. So I love that, Ally. So I'm glad that you're connecting yourself with so many great people that are considered mentors, but I'm gonna tell you, a lot of those are peers nowadays. You know, you're becoming, people are looking at you for advice, and it's becoming a two-way street, which is a beautiful thing. And I love seeing that with you. And I have that when I have conversations. You and I, we've had conversations, not a lot, but we've had some good conversations. And when we have, I always enjoyed what you had to say, what your perspective was on whatever the conversation was. It's always a really, really good, clean one that you can take something away from, right? Okay, cool. I got something from that. That's pretty cool. So we appreciate you. And I know that your mentors appreciate you while you appreciate them also. It seems like you've had a really good journey up to this point, having great mentors, being able to, you know, have a reason why, getting into this industry by way of finding out that most of them are really laydowns vendors. If you guys pay attention, you'll understand there's a way to, it's not that they're just initially laydowns, but when you bring something that actually matters to them, then they are. It's just like a customer that we sell cars to. It's when it makes so much sense that at the end of it all, the experience was so good, the vehicle is exactly what they want. There's no need for them to have a concern or an objection. Just same thing with the dealer. If you bring something of value and you make it make sense in a very short, quick, you can't take a long time explaining it to them. Trust me. Make it make sense. And it's something that they know, and they know, you know, man, that's powerful. And that's something that Ally is doing. And the reason why Ally's being so successful and being able to work from home as a marketing leader, right? So that's pretty amazing. And that's not something easy. Not a lot of people get that. That's not handed to you, Ally. You've done a lot of work to get there. You also seen a lot of things that maybe you needed to learn from, right? And that leads me right into my next question is, what has been the greatest lesson learned so far? Toughest lesson, hardest lesson learned so far, I should say.
I would say having the hard conversations.
That's deep. Yeah, I like that.
Sometimes I have to like, so I had like an experience. Well, sometimes I like have to have those hard conversations with the GM when we're talking about marketing and stuff, or like where I want to be like in the next 5 years and stuff. But I think like the hardest one was when I messed up. And I didn't mess up like, oh, I messed up. Like I messed up and I was like, I'm just gonna like pack my shit and put in my 2 weeks.
That's funny.
But having the hard conversation with him, and I'll tell you what I did. Like I messed up on a Facebook campaign. So, you know, you put in your Facebook campaigns and everything, and you have like a daily budget, you have a lifetime budget. Yep. Well, my lifetime budget became my daily budget. And wow. And it was like thousands of dollars. And I was like, and the cool thing about my GM is that he trusts me. So for me to having to be like, hey, I messed up, he took it very well. He was just like, okay, so what's the solution, right? Like you messed up, how can you fix it? And I was like, okay, this is how we could fix it. Like half of it's co-opable, and we drove traffic, and they converted into sales. So
bingo.
I had like an answer, but like I think like having those hard conversations with managers and your coworkers, uncomfortable conversations, or like you disagree on stuff. Like not everybody has to agree on everything, which makes like the dynamic so great. Right, you get different perspectives from different people, and then especially when it comes down to processes, like everybody has a different opinion of how. Whenever I'm creating a process for the CRM, I get the salespeople involved and get their perspective, because they're the ones like that are calling customers, the ones that are doing it, and I can't just be like, hey, this is the process that we're going to do, right? So it's all about having those conversations with everyone.
That's so good.
And like all over the
place. But speaking of, I mean, the hard conversations, we did have a room for a little while called Tough Talk, the hard conversations, where we got together with all these executives or leaders inside a clubhouse, and we talked about, hey, what's some of these hard conversations that need to be had that are hard to talk about, and on both sides, right? They're awkward for you, they're awkward for me, they're sometimes places where you have to receive a whole lot of correction, and sometimes you got to give it. Inside of all the training and all the traveling that we do bring lots of advice and encouragement, but it often comes with a good portion of correction. And it is so critical that you're mindful of how you receive correction. And with that, those do become hard talks, but you feel after those talks, you feel so much better, right? You feel like you've actually advanced something. You feel like you've gone somewhere, and you feel like that you've achieved something just by getting over that hump. Similar to like a customer when they're trying to get over the hump of a decision, right? Of whether or not to go in a direction, whether or not to commit to this payment, this purchase, this package. And inside of that, you have to have those tougher talks, but there's so much relieving, just like hitting the gym, hitting it until you go into muscle failure. Though it hurts at the moment, when you come back out of it and you feel the results, you feel so much better. Ally, love it. The tough talks, the hard conversations. That's what we're talking about. We got Facebook user over here. Don't know who that is. You might be able to see that from your side.
That was Jordan Cox. He jumps. He's Jordan, I got to tell you, I love you, because he's been on YouTube. He's been on LinkedIn, and now he's been on Facebook. So he's going around and making sure it's being shared. Jordan, I want to let you know, and I want to how much we appreciate you for going out there and trying to make sure you share this, folks. If you all did this, imagine how much more impact, how many more people can hear an amazing story like this. And that's the idea. The idea of what Car Guy Coffee is, folks. It's to share great news. It's to share what's going on out there, the good people in this industry, because there's a lot of bad press about us, right? So the more that we could talk about the good, the people that are actually making things better, the better that this industry can be portrayed, and have a perspective from other people saying, hey, you know what? This is an industry I want to be part of, and this industry that I want to do business with. So folks, share this out. And thank you, Jordan. I appreciate you for doing that, brother.
Yeah, that's right. He's hitting that triple action, 3 shots. Appreciate that, especially because we got 3 people on the show. We're loving it right now. Oh, is this him too?
That's Bruce Miller.
Bruce Miller. That's right, brother. You're absolutely right. It gives us that growth opportunity. All gas, no brakes. That's what I'm talking about. That's his brand, everybody. Miller Motors, over in more of your type of neck of the woods. He's over in
New Orleans.
Okay, doing his thing. Yeah. And then we got all the way from California chiming in, my brother Joe Bell. What's happening? And he says, good morning, car guys, and the Welu. Yes, everybody, if you did not know, the Ramirez Ranch has been blessed with a whole new ranch hand. I have a new granddaughter that I am ridiculously excited about. She came on Thanksgiving, everybody, and so I'm excited about that. And instead of being called Gramps, Grandpa, all of that stuff, I'm called Welu. It's just a play on words from what I used to call my abuelo. I used to call him Welo. Now I'm Welu, and excited that she's here. But inside of that, that is a great segue for this next question, because legacy is huge to us. And as we get older and older and older, and yes, we have some great accomplishments inside of our careers, inside of our lives, inside of our relationships. We get so many things that we get to maybe put on a shelf or say that we did, or accomplishments we get to maybe tout about. Different things are going on, and you're still got a whole lot of abuelo. I love that, Jordan. Jordan, I love that. That is good stuff. I love it right there. Heck yeah. Jordan, I just fell in love with you even more, brother. But with that, there's so many things that we get the chance to say, yes, we did it. Yes, we went from accomplishment to accomplishment. And we continue to encourage everybody to keep growing. No matter what measure of accomplishments you've hit, there's still other levels to go to. There's still other achievements that you can have and more people to help.
That's right.
So with that said, Ally, what has been your greatest reward to date?
I think that's a hard question.
Harder than the last hard question.
Right. I want to say, like, I don't know.
Ooh.
Because I don't, like, I'll give myself credit for a lot of stuff, but when it comes to like stuff that I feel that like giving back to a person or like pouring into their cup, like that's stuff that you don't say that's a reward. Most people will say that it is, but I don't think like it is. Like it's humanity. You should just already do it.
Wow, Ally, I love that perspective.
But like I encourage my friends to get out of their bubble, and sometimes they'll text me and be like, "You're gonna be so proud of me." Like my best friend since we were 5, she's like antisocial, and then she's like, I accepted an invitation to go to a Christmas party at some stranger's house, like the neighborhood. And I'm like, first of all, stranger danger, but I'm proud of you that you're going to go and meet new people and get out of your shell and start, mingling with other parents. But like, pushing my friends to be like the next level is something that I do. And then, challenge my inner circle to be better, because I'm always trying to be better, and then I always want to see everybody else to grow out of what they're doing.
I love that.
Yeah, love that.
I love what you said, because pouring into others, loving on others, that should just be something we do. And I love that. That's humanity, and that's deep yet simple, right? It's like such a simple thing, but yet it's still deep. And I love that you said that. It's like when someone says, "What I told you the truth." Well, you're supposed to. You know what I mean? Like I get that. I get what you're saying there. I totally get that. We should pour into everybody. It shouldn't be something we do that's extra. We should love on others, because that's something that we should be doing. I love you for that, Ally. I love that you have that perspective and that you think that. But what you said there, being able to hear that with your friend and know that you do that to a lot of people, and I'm sure people have done that to you, your mentors along the way, right? And maybe it isn't the greatest reward, or maybe that it's something that's supposed to happen, but it does feel good, and I'm glad that you shared that about your friend going to a stranger danger party. But they do. They got to get outside their box a little bit, to get a little uncomfortable. It's you and I and Lou and anyone who's probably watching the show that's growing right now. We all know that the uncomfortable zone is where you grow the most and where you become the most excited. It's no different than going on the first time you've ever been on a roller coaster, the first time you've done anything that brings your heart rate up and kind of gives you a little bit of anxiety, but you do it and you realize I'm okay. Right. And that's something special. And I think that's great that you're talking about that. Really cool stuff. I love what you're saying here. Jordan Cox, he's commenting like crazy, and I love that he is. Pouring into others is something we should do. It's that basic, Fred. Well, thanks, Jordan. I actually stole that from Ally, just so you know. So, but something like that. Oh man, thank you for sharing all that. But I do love what's going on over here. You also got, I want to throw in Sandy saying, "Ah, felicidades, abuelo." I love it. And then cool story, bro. You grandpa now. That's
grandpa. It is what it is. It's all good. I'm the coolest grandpa, With that, I'm excited that there's so much that's brewing for you like right now, but we're getting ready to finish out 2023. Wow. So what's on the horizon for you, Ally? What's going on for this year? As we got a little bit more time on this 5-liner, you are so like quick and precise on it. We appreciate that. But let's get a little bit of an extra. Let's go ahead and make this that red eye brew, put an extra shot inside of it. And let's hear what is brewing for you, what's cooking this year, and what are you expecting to do? And I mean, I'm going to keep layering that. And then what is actually like so challenging to you that it's like, it's scary, but it feels so good. Like Fred was saying, right? That uncomfortable zone where you're almost like, but it feels good. You're excited about it. What is it for you coming up?
I have a couple of things. So we talked about how I'm a workaholic. This year, I'm going to try to find a hobby that's not working. But I love what I do, right? Whatever, like marketing, it just excites me. It makes me like dive in, like figure it out. It's something that marketing is something that you're like always like learning something new, right? But I'm like addicted to my job. But this year I'm going to try to find a hobby that takes me away from the screen and really like, do something. The other thing is part of the industry. We don't talk about parts enough.
You're right.
And I took on the challenge to develop our parts CRM and grow the department to be a little bit more efficient.
I love
so,
that. Yeah.
That's probably like the most uncomfortable one because I usually just work with sales, sometimes service, and then parts I just like, they're fine. But this time I'm going to be like working hand in hand with my parts manager and develop that.
I think that's amazing. I think that's great. Parts, your parts manager is about to have a whole new world happen to them, new opportunities, new ways. But but having that type of tool for them too, because it's truth be told, most part departments are kind of put in a corner in the back. No one even knows where they're at. Don't even know who they are in a lot of cases.
And that's another profit center.
Huge profit center, right? It is. There's a lot of opportunity there, especially in today's market where parts aren't as available. Right. And so if you have a good parts department that keeps their inventory right, knows what they need to have, but then they start to learn how to manage their people, the people that there's, because it is a sales department. It really is. It's just not treated like one. And if we treat it like one, man, how much more profit could it be? I know a lot of dealers across the country whose parts departments are rocking, and that parts department makes them money and they're very proud of it. So I think that's great that you're trying to take it to the next level with their CRM and things like that. Ally, I know you're going to be very successful with it. I can't wait to hear more about it in the future. Okay. That is a great task. Another thing that makes you uncomfortable that's going to help you grow. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
So with the hobbies, we do want to make a suggestion. Before Jeff even threw it out there, the first suggestion we would make is play some pickleball. You'll be addicted. You will have fun. You'll sweat more than you can possibly believe. Okay. And it is an incredibly fun sport. But yeah, pickleball, disc golf, all winning activities with you. Appreciate that, Jeff. That's really exciting that you opened up this whole door on the parts and our philosophy on that. Remember, folks, the bite of the apple is what you want to be able to get as many of. And when you have an opportunity to be able to sell the car, sell the service, sell the parts, and then you can have an entire parts department that is online, that is doing e-commerce, that is doing the things that AutoZone does. Advanced Auto Parts, right? All of these places are parts departments, and that's it. That's all they are. Consider what it is that they're doing and see, man, that is a profit center for me. That is an area I need to give some effort. That is something I need to incentivize. Put that in your cup, dealers. Sip on that a little bit. And we encourage you, reach out to Ally to find out what kind of things she is doing to provoke growth inside of the parts department. We are excited to hear about that. Definitely going to have to put that down as something that we follow up on and see what.
Definitely can't wait to follow up and see how that goes.
That's a great 2024 aspiration for you. We're excited about it. But speaking of getting a hold of you, Ally, how do people get a hold of you if they do want to find out, hey, what is it that you're brewing, girl? We want to know, and we want to take a few more notes because you can't get it all inside of one cup of coffee, everybody.
LinkedIn or Ally Piñon.
Okay. Easy.
With a little emoji.
Very, very simple, you know. She does have this little emoji at the end of it, but you'll find it. If you type in the name, it's like the only one that really pops up. So folks, look on there. If you're an automotive especially, it'll get you directed straight to her. But reach out to her, cheer her on, let her know how great today's show was. Let her know how you were inspired. Because I know some of you all out there are inspired. There's a lot of comments in here. And there's been a lot of fun. There's been some good laughs, but there's been some great information, you know, and her path has been different than most of y'all's, but some of your path might feel familiar, right? Similar. And be like, you know what? I want to reach out to her because maybe I could find a way to be able to fast track a little bit quicker. Or maybe there's some kind of tips that she can give me that can help me communicate to my dealer better. I promise you, if you reach out to her, she's not going to leave you hanging. She's going to definitely try to help out. So that's how special.
Gatekeeper.
That's right. No, she's not the gatekeeper. Don't worry about. So, but yes, if you're looking for advice, not to sell, if you're looking for advice, reach out to Ally.
That's right. Heck yeah.
But if you want to sell, good luck. I'm just going to tell you, good luck with that.
Awesome. Well, Ally and all of you other solutionaries that have been rocking with us today, we're so very thankful that each and every one of you have taken the time to brew some solutions with us. But guess what? You got a whole day to light up. So make sure that you take this encouragement. We're so glad that we got rocking with each and every one of you early on this incredible 1st of December Friday morning, and we are pumped up that this 5-liner made it to each and every one of you. Now, if you're watching this on the replay, make sure that you do light up Ally, throw in some comments. She'll get the chance to see it. Send her some messages. Tell her that you appreciate her contributing her time and her talents to the Car Guy Coffee podcast. And if there's anybody else that you want to brew with or you want us to brew with, let us know. Reach out to Car Guy Coffee. Let us know who it is that needs to be up on the show that you want to hear a 5-liner from, and we will do what we can to be the baristas to bring that good cup to you. Ally, whoo, excited about today. I am pumped up. This is a really exciting day for all of us. It's a busy day. We all know that. This is the car business, so the first of the month, crazy busy day. So we're pumped up about that, but we can't wait to see you again. Where will we see you again? You're going to be at NADA, surely, right?
Fingers crossed. I haven't gotten my approval yet. Maybe my GM will see this and be like,
well, everybody throw some finger cross emojis inside of
there. We want to see Ally at NADA.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go. We want to make sure she's there. And if you come, I want to interview you again. Yes, so make sure you come see us. We're going to be interviewing a lot. And one of the biggest places we're going to be at is going to be Drive Centric. So come by.
Oh, exciting. Okay.
So with that said, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, thank you for listening. But we want to encourage you to go forward with the F-bombs that don't offend the moms. Make sure that we do forgive, focus, fly. And like Ally wants to continuously do, keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. So on 3, let's go ahead and head out and do this right. 1, 2, 3.
Forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing. Keep growing.
Thank you so much, everybody. Once again, I am Lou Ramirez, the Car Guy.
And I'm Frelin Arts, the subprime hero.
And you've been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee podcast with the one, the only, Ally Piñon.
Let's go.
Hey there, everybody. Peace.